Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice. Grandpa's not a financial planner, and if you would, please like, share, and subscribe. We have huge blinking going on. Um, we have a new high also. I'm on the 1 minute chart right now, and I'm going to tell you about that huge blinking in a minute. But 361.53 is our new high. Grandpa's trying to get out of a few shares here at 361.25. It didn't fill me. It went up through it and never took a share. But I'm not too worried about it. um, here's your blinking right here. It's been over a year since I've seen this kind of shorting up to the top side. Um, and I could tell you a little bit about what happened back then. And but yeah, they're blinking 11,000 shares per blink. This 110 represents uh, 11,000 shares. A one is 100 shares, and every time it disappears and comes back, it's 111,000 shares that are selling short at 359.90. So they're shorting like crazy up there. But the reason they're doing that is because the up pressure is so great. It's so great. The up pressure is so great that to contain it, they have to short that much, that far up. The current price is, what is it? Hard to tell when I got all my. It's right around 352, 353 area right now. So they're doing this just about $7 above where we're currently trading, although it was up to 361. And just to hold everything in check to the top side, they are shorting. I've been watching it for about 10 minutes or more now, and they're doing it 10 times minimum per minute. It's going on and off. Okay, and so the market makers are shorting. Uh, 11,000 shares per blink, 10 times a minute. How much is that? It's a lot. They're 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 shorting, uh, upwards of 100,000 shares per minute just to keep this thing from going to where the moon. And they're still doing it. They're still blinking here. On the downside, down below for support where they're blinking is 337.50, just 100 shares a blink, okay? And they're also blinking at the same time 332.70. So if you see that 337 340 area, I would think you'd probably want to be a buyer at this point. But and my projection for Monday, my forecast for Monday is 363. And we just about got that today. I did not expect this bounce that we got today at all. Grandma, she sold some of her shares. She wasn't gonna, but she's up just under $1,000, and she still got a bunch of shares. She didn't sell them all, but yeah, she's on the one she sold. She made just under $1,000 today. Grandpa's not quite as good as Grandma. I'm around. 650, 675 area is what I made today selling. You know, Grandma just does better than Grandpa. I I don't know why, but she does. But yeah, we have. This is a warning that this thing. To just contain it. You think of it like you shake your pop bottle and you take the lid off and she comes streaming out. Well, there's so much up pressure that in order to contain it, they're doing well over 100,000 shares a minute shorting just at 359.90. They're shorting other places also. You know, for instance, where they're buying down below at 337.50, they're doing approximately 5,000 shares a minute buying there, which sounds like a lot to a normal person, but with these guys, it's normal. Okay, but when you start seeing them doing 100,000 per minute. Actually, they're doing about 110,000 per minute is what it's actually. And they're still doing it. And look at the sideways action here. I'm on a 1 minute chart and it's going nowhere fast. We're getting a green candle here. I anticipate that we're gonna bounce off this thing. You know, I don't know if I'm going to see more of this shorting going up there to contain it or not. But I'm anticipating, you know, we're 10 cents from 360. Okay. We already blew through it once. It spiked up so crazy. And you know what I'll tell you what happened here. This usually a big wick is a sign of weakness, but I can tell you exactly what happened. It got away. The up pressure was so great. It was so great that it got away from the market makers, and before they could catch it and stop it, it went parabolic all the way to 361.53. That is exactly what happened. And ever since then, they started pounding out this 110,000 shares at 359.90. 10 times a minute, they're doing 11,000 shares. There it blinked again. Every time that number comes back, is 11,000 shares every single time it blinks, and it's doing it 10 times a minute on average. And if it starts blinking 30, 40 times a minute, they'll adjust it. No, they caught it. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. Usually, like I say, usually a big wick is a sign of weakness up here. But in our case, in this case, with the blinking, they could not contain the price. They try to the market makers try to make it. They provide the liquidity for the markets, okay, so that they can function smoothly. So there's not crazy spikes up and down $20, $30 instantly. But it got away from them. It got away from them, and it spiked. It spiked to almost $10 just in a blink. In a blink, it ran away from them because they didn't have enough shorting going on above to contain it. The pressure to the upside is huge, huge, huge. I'm telling you, my forecast for December 5th is $400. This, you know, Grandma made her money today, just about $1,000. By Monday, she may never get a chance to buy them back where she sold them. That's the problem. Same thing with Grandpa. I made good money today, and I still have a little bit, although I'll sell some at $361.25, hoping to rebuy them on Monday. And Tuesday's forecast is 361. I think we might stabilize in that mid 360s. Wednesday's 364. But if I'm off by a day on our stuff, Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, I'm forecasting a price of 378 for a fair price for Tesla. Grandpa calculates the fair price for Tesla, not what they do. And for 12/2, my forecast is 391. For 12/3, it's 389. What do I got for 12/4? 12/4, 397. 397 for 12/4. 392 to 397. And for 12/5, I've got 399 to 400. And I might be conservative on my calculating. Look at this thing blink. Look at this thing blink. When you see that number come back on, they just did another 11,000 shares just to keep this thing in check so that it doesn't go straight to $400 today, because it would. There's some billionaires buying today. There it blinks again, another 11,000 shares. Hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's see. Jeff Mum is on here. He says, all's well in Cedar Falls, Iowa. He's down there unloading turkeys. He's such a Thanksgiving type guy. He's down there. He brings all the people in Cedar Falls, Iowa can thank Mr. Mum, because he brought them a full semi-load of turkeys so they can enjoy their Thanksgiving. And he'll probably bring them another few loads for Christmas. Look at this thing blink every few seconds. The faster it blinks, I've seen it where it's done this, where they were blinking 40 times a minute at this is just phenomenal. I've seen it where they blink 40, 45 times per minute, and it looks to me like she's speeding up a little bit. We're running sideways. There's no doubt that we're running sideways. But this is an indication of where you are headed. Where you are headed, in Grandpa's humble opinion. Last time I seen this, it was a pretty major deal. And once we broke through it, we did get a pullback. Because when it goes there, they got 3 days to get there and activate those shares. When they activate those shares at that 111,000, that's Grandpa's. That's Grandpa's opinion on activating. All I know is they're getting shares there, and when they do stuff like this, it tends to pull it up. Jeff says, I have an order in for 354.22. Okay, good job. Jeff is getting on the bandwagon. He made a little bit of money early on this morning too, I know. And he's up just shy of $9,000 since he started trading a month and a half ago. The guy's phenomenal, really. But you got to believe. You got to believe in Tesla. You got to believe in Elon and Trump and that they truly are going to do everything in their power to make America a better place for us all. And Grandpa does. I believe that the Lord has his hand on Trump and Elon. He's blessed them beyond belief, and they can smear him all they want. Look what they did to Jesus. Look what we all did to Jesus. Every time you sin, every time Grandpa sins, it's a nail in his hand or his foot. You think about that when you're doing stupid stuff. Yep, that's the way it is. Yeah, they're blinking like I say, it's still approximately 10 times per minute, but that's 110,000 shares a minute. Just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Look at it blink. And she's going up. We're getting a green candle. Oh my goodness, a green candle. Yeah, Grandpa I thought we were going to run in my diagnosis for today was a tight range and $12 range maybe, and run in the 334 area to 346. Paradise is here. Howdy, he says. Well, howdy there, Pastor Dan. Now that guy can sing. I'll tell you what. He just sings like an angel. Oh man, I love it. He sang Do Lord in church last time when they came up to visit and go on a little vacation, and his wife played the piano for him, and he sang Do Lord for little Percy. Little Percy, one of my grandbabies, she's 6 now, but she likes Do Lord. And so Pastor Dan's got up there and sang it. He can really boom it out, I'll tell you. Yeah, look at this thing blink. I got my screen right here for a reason, in case you're wondering. I'm over here on the price ladder. And years back, I called in and I got an old-timer on the phone that worked at TD Ameritrade at that time for 15, 20 years. And I was asked, I seen him doing this blinking far out from the price point all the time. And he explained it to me in detail. And if it blinks a 1 in Tesla, it's 100 shares, And if it blinks a 2, it's 200 shares. And if it blinks 110, it's a lot more. Then also it's a question of how fast does it blink? How fast is it blinking? But yeah, it's like a volcano. Okay, the pressure is so great that it blows the top off. It just blows the top right off. And that is exactly what happened here at 361.53. Normally, Grandpa would say, oh, this is a sign of weakness, okay? And if there was another one next to it, same thing. Yeah, sign of weakness. But in our case, the up pressure was so great, they lost control of the stock, and it spiked $10 instantly. And so they started pounding it out down here. They're up above. I'll go through where they're actually all blinking at, so you know. And yeah, this bus is running up. The pressure is so great going up that they can hardly contain it right now. They're also blinking at 374. 374. They're doing 100 shares a blink. They're doing approximately 5,000 shares a minute at 374, above where they're doing at the 359, 110,000 shares a minute. And this 110,000 shares a minute is not stopping it. They're up at 374.20 now. The 374 area is where they're shorting 5,000 shares per minute to contain it from going through to the moon. On the bottom side, they're currently they're at. We must be getting a red candle because they've lowered it to just under 337. They're buying, and they're buying at 331.5. So we must be getting a red candle of some sort. And but they're still shorting up at 374. There's you watch this 110 right here. That represents well, what it represents is 110,000 shares a minute, currently at 10 blinks a minute. But if that thing quits blinking, if this thing quits blinking, this thing is going to drop like a rock. But it hasn't quit blinking yet. But if this 110 quits blinking, and they quit shorting, when they quit shorting, you'd think, oh, it's going to go up. They quit shorting. No, that's not the case. That means the pressure has been relieved and they got control of it, and the price is going to drop. Okay, we're getting a green candle again. She's strong to the upside. They're making this thing run sideways right now, controlling it. But they will let it inch up eventually, and or it all depends on what they do with this blinking. All I know is the market makers got a lot of shorts, and they're all up here at 359.90, and they're also at 374. 374. When does Grandpa say 374 is coming? Well, Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, Grandpa calculated a fair price of 378. That's your future for a day after Thanksgiving. Friday. Boy, am I looking forward to turkey. Yeah, you want to buy the dip. I'm praying it will go down. I have under a 337 average. Grandma's got a 339 average. Carpenter's got a 335 average. He's smarter than all of us, and he's holding. Keep in mind, December 5th. Grandpa's forecast for Tesla, Grandpa calculates what's fair, what the stock should do fair, okay? Not not what these lunatics will actually do. I might be off by $100, but Grandpa's forecasting $400 for December 5th. And what I'm concerned about is I might be off by 100 because I'm thinking it might be $500 on December 5th instead of 400. With the easing of these regulations and as these people are figuring out, it's billionaire after billionaire that are going after Tesla. Ken Griffin the other day, 1.2 million shares he's just bought in the recent past. We just got the news yesterday. He not $1.2 million. He bought 1.2 billion or 1.2 million shares. 1.2 million shares. He's the CEO of Citadel. You think he might have an idea what's going to happen with Tesla? I think Tesla share for your children or your loved one, get them one Tesla share for Christmas. Get them one share. Spend $300-$400, get them a share for Christmas. Everybody should get a Tesla share for Christmas. That's what I think. You know, Grandpa says, I've been saying this all the time, almost every live stream. Listen to some of my previous live streams. There's a ton of information. Get a cash account. You don't have to worry with the fluctuation in the market. You don't have to worry about the supercomputer taking your money, and just keep your shares. Reason being, 10,000 a share is in our near future here. I've been watching projections that people far smarter than Grandpa are putting out now, where Tesla's current market cap is around $1 trillion. Okay, and short term here, it's going to be 10 trillion. Okay, but my point is what they're talking about is with just robo-taxi, not even Optimus, with just robo-taxi, Tesla is going to be actually netting, not making, clearing in the trillions per year in our near future. Paradise says to Jeff, hey Jeff, all's well in Davenport, Iowa. Yeah, just buy the dip. That's all I can tell you. Buy the dip. She's looking strong. This thing is still blinking, and they're trying to contain it. But okay, so getting back to trillions, okay, they can't spend. They won't be able to spend all their money. They'll start doing stock buybacks like Apple and Nvidia does. Nvidia don't have nowhere to spend their money for expansion. That's the only reasons that Tesla isn't doing stock buybacks yet, is they're still they're in expansion mode. Elon's expanding. You know, they're making robotaxi. They're going to make Optimus by the millions. They're talking to millions of them. Okay, but my point is, when they start, when they're clearing trillions per year and they can't spend it all, they can't invest it all. Typically, what they'll do is if they only do a buyback with half their money. So say they're doing 10 trillion a year, and they do a buyback for their numbers were way bigger than that, by the way. They were up at 100 trillion a year out into the future here, but let's just talk some smaller numbers because Grandpa can't add that high. So say they're doing a buyback of $5 trillion worth a year. What's your stock going to be worth? You know, and this gets back to Grandpa talking about if you sell your shares for $50,000 a piece, what a Christmas present. Get somebody a Christmas, 50,000 a piece. If you sell them, and a year later it's 100,000. Don't blame Grandpa. Well, I'm changing my tune. I talked about it in my previous live stream. I'm almost thinking now that if you sell your shares for 100,000, don't blame Grandpa. If you sell your one Tesla share or whatever you got at 100,000 each, $100,000 each, do not blame Grandpa. If 1 year later, no, not 200,000, 500,000, and the number won't really be that high because they'll do a reverse split and they'll lower the price, but it'll come to a point and where you won't be able to buy a Tesla share. The big money will get it before you can even get it, and who the average person, you'll be buying fractions of Tesla shares if you can even get that. Because the big money guys are the only ones that can play a game where the price is 10, 20, 30, 50, 100,000 per share. Let's see. Okay, Paradise says, okay, Grandpa, gotta run. Have a good day. Love you, brother. Love you too there, Pastor Dan. And be careful in that bus or whatever you're doing. And Jeff Mum says he's short at 354.22. Okay, good luck. Well, short some more at 359.90 because we're headed straight there. That's Grandpa's humble opinion. Yeah, and Jeff does know that the last time that we seen numbers like this, when it finally hit it, that it was a day or two later that they dropped $50. It dropped from 212 to 257 just about overnight. That's what it did, and it wasn't very long, and it was right back up there and blew right through that. But that was the last time that I ever seen blinking like this, shorting this big, and they were doing upwards of 40 a minute, and the next trading day it went up higher. I'm expecting up for Monday, but yeah, we get up in that 360 area here, 361.25. They could do a pullback. It's possible because they're going to activate all these shorts that they're doing right here, and it's going to create some down pressure. And but the dip is going to be very temporary. If we even get it. Like I say, I've only seen this happen one time before. And what happened that time is they were shorting at 212, and they were shorting well over 400,000 shares per minute, and they did it for 4 hours straight. And then the next day they came on and they did it for about a half an hour again. And then they lowered where they were shorting big numbers by about $10. And the price went up just about it actually went up to, I believe, 308. 308. It was either 307 or 308 without looking it up in my notes. And, Jeff, you're getting a red candle in a minute here. And so, and they pulled her back. Was a day or so later, and when it happened fast, and it went down $50 like in a day and a half. It just plummeted, and that's what they did. I'll join Jeff here, see if I can snag 354.50 with my shares there. And but yeah, it's exciting, and they're containing the upward momentum as best they can. Right here, right there, she's still blinking. They can hardly keep it from spiking up. They're trying to stop it. And they don't have to go right to that number. They just got to get within a decent range of it. They've already gone through it all the way up to 361.53. So, but when that number stops blinking, the sky will fall. Unless they're doing it at a different spot, of course. But that's what I've seen in the past is, and that's why Jeff is short. He knows the whole story. I've talked about it for 6 months after it happened. I've been waiting for over a year to see this blinking that we're seeing right now. That's why I'm so excited. To see that blinking. And I only have one time before where it did that big a deal to reference. And on that one, it came just close to the blinking, reversed, and it didn't do it like I would anticipate Monday being up again. But Tuesday, Wednesday, week, well, which days, Grandpa's forecast could be off. These guys don't have to do what's fair. Grandpa forecasts fair. They don't have to do fair. We could see, anything is possible, but the future is so huge with Tesla. Boy, wouldn't it be awesome to be able to rebuy at the 311 area? I'm out of my shares. What did I end up making? 673 Grandpa made today. Of Grandma made almost just shy of 1,000, but she's better than Grandpa. Everybody always does better than Grandpa. Why is that? Oh man, Jeff, I tell you what, I'm scared to short this thing here. Yeah, it came within about $4 of the high last time where they were shorting. Did they quit shorting? If they quit shorting, I'm getting on the bus. Short. Yet I don't see them shorting. Oh, yep, they're back. Almost had a heart attack. 359.90. If you see it blink, it's 11,000 shares every time it blinks. Every time that thing every time it blinks, it's I think we're gonna pull it. They might try to pull us up to that 359 area. The last time they were doing it, a year ago, at this kind of numbers, but they did it for 4 hours and they did a solid 400. It was 400,000 shares per minute. Per minute they were shorting 4 times as much as right here. They're doing 110,000 a minute. That's what they're doing right now, is right around 100,000 shares a minute short at 359.90. This 70 here, that's 7,000 shares, but they're it's not blinking. It's just there. If it disappears, they just removed it. There's 2 things that'll cause blinking. And when you see the over and over and over, them are actual shares being shorted at that price. If you see one come on, like this 70 sitting here that ain't blinking, somebody's hoping to get 358.95 short. And they're probably pretty smart. They want to short right there. They see the blinking up here. They know what's going on. They're not stupid. Jeff is having heart palpitations, so I'd have them too. How many shares you got short? Don't panic. Whatever you do. You might be golden here, but you can, if you're not all in short, you can get some more when it gets to 359. 358.95 is what these guys are, and they got to go through it in order to fill it. I'm not the smartest guy on the block, but I think I might take a chance and just do, boy, this is risky. I might just do 35 shares. Nothing nothing too crazy. I might front run them at 358.90. Because whoever has these 7,000 shares there, they're smarter than Grandpa. And they think they're going to fill it. And they're short. Either that or they're getting out of a long. That's another possibility. But either way, it's going to have downward pressure somewhat. Okay, let's get Grandpa back on his. There's your. Okay, so I got everything on the same page here now. Got a green candle. It's going up for Grandpa a little bit. Okay, so Grandpa's got a sell in at for 35 shares only. I just don't want to risk more than that at this point. If you short Tesla, you're crazy. That's a fact. His 7,000 disappeared. Do you see that? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. He took his 7,000 shares away. They're still shorting at the 359.90. I'm going to scroll down and see if I can find if he went somewhere else with that 7,000 shares. We're going straight up. I'm gonna move that 35 out of there. I'm gonna wait. They're blinking it. They're blinking it. I'll go back there. They're blinking the 358.95 is blinking the same time as the 359.90. This is huge. This is huge. I'm gonna front run them. I'm gonna do 40. I want to make a little money on this deal if I do it. And if I get 10, 20 bucks, I'm just gonna take it and get back to the long side. Okay, so the 70 is shorting. It's blinking. They got another one blinking up here. This thing has got huge up pressure. We're blinking in the 359.25 area. This one right here is blinking. See it moving? And yeah, that 358.95 with 7,000 shares. There it is again, 7,000 shares. She's coming in and out. It's so strong to the upside that they got three of them. One with 100 shares of blink moving around, one with 7,000 shares of blink, and one with 11,000 shares of blink. Right here. And, Grandpa sees the blinking. That's what this is. You only got 25 shares. Calm down there, Slim. If you only make $15 on this trade, I'm going to give up. Oh, man alive. Don't panic. Relax. Um, $500. You'll give away more than thousands for Christmas. Don't. Hey, think of it like this, Jeff. Instead of giving away 10,000 for Christmas, like you probably are going to, just give them a couple thousand and tell them you had a bad day trading with Grandpa. Uh, yeah, look at this thing go up. Wonder what the price actually is. 355.25 and skyrocketing. Okay, so you got to get up near where they're shorting, and they're shorting 110,000 shares a minute at 359.90. They're bouncing around with 100 shares. Every time you see that one moving around, that's 100 shares. That's not the biggie. And the 70 right here is also blinking. I'm gonna put my 40 right here at I'm gonna front run them by a nickel at 358.90. The other thing I could have done is front run the 110. But I can do more there. Keep in mind, Grandpa says it's going to open on Monday at 363. Why is Grandpa going short at 358.90? Well, it's the blinking. I see the blinking. Sometimes I wish I didn't see blinking, but it's very exciting. And when they quit blinking this bus, you know, let's see, how long I've been doing this live stream. I've been doing this live stream 52 minutes, just about an hour. So they started that blinking right around 12:30 area, I would guess. Well, at least that's when I caught it, right around the 12:30 area. So, no, I mean 11:30, 11:30 Eastern time. So right around 11:30, they started with this containing this upward pressure. And she's going to be exciting to see what they do. Jeff says you got 5 more. Well, you're improving your average a little there, Slim. I'm holding out for 358.90 because it's real close to where they're doing the 7,000 shorting per every blink that they blink it. And this 110 is still blinking. And they're running around with the 1 here. Yeah, the blinking it's been like I say a year since I've seen what's taken out here. Okay, we're getting a sell signal in the 1 minute chart. We're getting a sell signal. Gonna get a little bit of a retracement here. Oh, he's got a short average of 355.60. I haven't even got a share short. He says you're always better than me. No, I'm not. I got to get it where I can see my blinking. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Jeff should be in the green. Jeff, you're in the green. Don't sell for and make $20 this time. Uh-oh, green candle. Well, maybe you should have made 20. You can buy back and forth. Well, look and see what your average is. Your overall average, so you know where you're at. You always want to know what your average is. Your overall average, so you know what you're doing. Grandpa's coffee's getting cold. Man, look at him. Blink that thing up there. I don't feel good about shorting this bus. It's just, I like to make $20 quick, but let's see, what would it have to go down to? Oh, 338.90. Oh, I'll take that risk. When they activate these buggers, it's just going to fly. She is just 338.90. And even if you front run it and sold at, the 340.10 area, that's $800. $777. Okay, his average short is 354.45. You got to be just almost right at break even, I think. Right now, you're getting some red candles, and but the blinking is continuing, and it's at 359.90 is where they're doing 11,000 shares per blink, 110,000 shares a minute, and that's 70 blinks when the pressure is up. Currently, for a while there, they were all, when we were getting green candles, they were all 3 blinking up. So I think you watch for a bounce up here and have fun. Okay, well, Grandpa's going to get off here. I'll be back around 5:30 Eastern, right around 5:36. I'll give you the fair opening price for Tesla for Monday. I'm not at all sure I'm going to leave that 40 shares short there. If I get that fill, and this thing is where I'm forecasting it's going to be for Monday, you'd have to be just a little nuts to short it at 358.90, anticipating 363 for a fair price for Monday. But Grandpa's, I wouldn't never even dreamed of it except for what I'm seeing here in the shorting and what I've seen him do in the past. That, like I say, it's been well over a year. And this is why Grandpa went so crazy about blinking, is when I'd been monitoring the blinking. But when they did that a little over a year ago, and did that, I mean, they were doing for 4 hours nonstop. They did 4 to 500,000 shares per minute short for 4 hours. Phenomenal. And this is the biggest thing I've ever seen since then. I wonder if Pastor Keith watches the blinking also and understands it pretty well. That guy is so sharp, man. He knows the Thinker Swim platform by far better than Grandpa. Better than the people that work at Schwab. That's a fact. But I texted him, so he might be watching it on his screens. You know, I'm not sure he's trading Tesla, so he might not be. I don't know if he's trading anything. But oh man. Well, Jeff, for somebody that you sure know how to keep it exciting there, Mr. Mom. We're getting bull flag into 1 minute. It's not a sell. I mean, it is. We're under a sell in the 1 minute. We're under a sell in the 5 minute also. I think. Let me look and see what we actually. Yeah, we're under a sell in the 5 minute and the 1 minute currently. So the 5 minute is a sell also. The 1 minute's a sell. Jeff might be right on top of this bus. If nothing else, let's see, what do we got here? 352.30. You just scalping, you can get yourself $2 there, Mr. Mom. You might want to consider that. 352.30. You can snag yourself a couple bucks, and that would then. You're not going to be grandma. You're not going to be grandma, but at least you'd be close. You'd be closer to grandma. We're all trying to do as good as grandma. And where's grandma? Well, she's uptown shopping. She took off. Thank goodness. Grandpa, are you going to vacuum? Yes, dear. Grandpa, did you vacuum yet? Not yet. Are you thinking about it? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, you got a bull flag. It's not a buy signal in the 1 minute. It's a bull flag. Okay, so relax. Relax. You're in a stock that can move $10 on a bull flag. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, you're just getting a little retracement up. And usually it don't move more than $7 to $10 up on a bull flag. That's the problem with Tesla. Let's see. I'm trying to determine what that 15-minute chart is. We absolutely have a buy signal in the 4 hour, I can tell you that. Just phenomenal. Let me show you the 4 hour chart. You want to see something wild here, folks. Here's your 4 hour chart. Okay, now keep in mind, here's 341. Here was our fair opening price for today, and we ran in it all day, all night and all day, and pre-market and into the open. But that's not what I want to point out. 3, it's looking like the fair opening price for this white line is your fair opening price for Monday right here, but we're 3 hours till the close, and so it will move up and down here, but it looks like right now it's on 351.28, 351.27 for a fair opening price for Monday. Fair opening price for Monday. Hang on to your shorts there, Slim. 351.30. It's going to fluctuate some, but it looks to me like our fair opening price should be between 350 and 350, probably 352.50, right in there. Somewhere between 350 and 352.50 should be our opening price for Monday. And Grandpa is right 9 out of 10 times. So we can open Monday, and if we do, that would explain where Grandpa's seeing us up in the 363 area. Yeah, I'm seeing 351.30 very likely will be real close to the fair opening price on Monday. Right here, this white line, and Grandpa's right. White lines are right 9 out of 10 times, and if I'm wrong, it's usually by 10 or 20 bucks. I hope that's reassuring. 351.36. You can see it right on my screen, right by my mouse here. Just to the left of Grandpa's little mousey, right here, in the middle here. Yeah, so there's your place to get some longs or get out of your short in Jeff's case, and that would be the thing to do. Oh, so you're having heart palpitations there, Mr. Mum. You can't buy entertainment like this. Okay, that 359.90 is still blinking. The 7,000 one here, this is, every time this one blinks, it's 7,000. It disappeared, and I thought it was a fluke that, he just removed it. But then it started blinking over and over again when it most recently made a bunch of green candles. They started blinking that one too. And because they have to contain, the market makers have to contain the upward pressure, it gets so great that to keep it from going to 400 bucks or 500 bucks in a heartbeat, the price, they already let it get away from once. I seen it in that other chart. Getting a red candle in 1 minute. Oh, let me get back on the 5 minutes. Maybe I can help Jeff here a little bit. I like to stay on that 4 hour because I can see the fair opening price for Monday. Yeah, 351.30. Yeah, I think yeah, she's dipping down. She's heading down there. This might be it. This might be it. It might be it. It might be it. Do 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 do. Yeah, I'm gonna try 354.75 and see if I can snag it. If not, I don't care. Just make $3 and get out of Dodge. That's all I would do. Yipper. I'm going to look at that 4 hour again. Yeah, fair opening price is coming down some. 350, 351, 351. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to possibly be right around the fair opening price is going to be right around that 350 area on Monday. 350 to 351 area. The way it looks. Could be wrong. Could be 352 and a half. That's what I got figured out. And so we shall see. We shall see. All the excitement is building as we walk out into the cave. The cavemen have got their fire going. Okay, where else are they blinking? They're blinking at almost 375. 374.75 they're shorting. They're also shorting in 369.65. Down below, they're buying at 337.5 and 332.5 still. They're buying down there. I don't see my, they're letting it go up. I don't see my, I don't see it because I'm not on it. 359, there it is. They're still shorting up there. They are still shorting up there. They are still shorting up there. Yeah. Oh, now they're doing the 70 and the 110 at the same time. This thing is going up, and it doesn't seem like it's making a decent candle yet. She is heading up. I'm going to chicken out on that and go for that. I moved it up a little bit. This thing is just looking way too strong right now. Oh, Jeff got out and made $117. Good job. Does that mean I can quit goofing around talking now? Okay, I stuck with my friend. A good friend. He is a good friend too. Uh, he's extremely talented. Grandpa doesn't have any talents. All my friends do, uh, but Grandpa doesn't need to be that bright. He's got intelligent friends and intelligent grandma. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna raise this thing back up where I was. Every time I second guess myself, I regret it. I'm gonna do a short up here at 358.90, and the reason being is they're shorting here at 359.90, huge numbers, and also here, and so and if these ones are moving around, they are either, yep, they're moving. So they're doing 100 shares there, trying to catch some of it. It's a big money thing what goes on in this world. Uh, big. Okay, hey, hope this was fun. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell people about Tesla. Everybody should get a Tesla share for Christmas. Give one share away to somebody you love. The best Christmas present you'll ever give. Let them keep it. Let them follow it. But don't blame Grandpa. Don't blame Grandpa if you sell your Tesla share for 50,000, or if you sell it for 100,000. Don't blame Grandpa. Don't blame Grandpa. Hey, think about eternity once in a while. We got Thanksgiving coming up. We got to be thankful. Be thankful. All good things are from the Lord. All good things are from the Lord. Be thankful. Grandpa's not near thankful enough. Grandpa's trying to be more thankful now. And I think I'm going to remove my sell order, and I have a good day going here, and I'm going to step away from the plate here today and enjoy the afternoon. Hey, think about eternity. Grandpa does.